This week on Sales Made Simple, Mark Eggerding and Richard Vickers channeling Lee Corso's winning spirit in your sales strategy. And so many times, Mark, you have said this over the years, not so fast, my friend. And of course, you're quoting the famous Lee Corso. As a matter of fact, you remind me of him in so many ways, being the coach and mentor and just being around the business for as long as you have. So take it away.
All I need is some headgear, Richard.
Yeah, that's right.
I could officially be Lee Corso. Well, in football, as in selling, I think success really starts with bold predictions, big, audacious goals, Richard, and unwavering conversations, unwavering content, meaningful connections, great confidence, persistent optimism, and the tenacity to press on, even when we hear that magic word, no, or not so fast. Well, in today's Sales Made Simple, I thought maybe we'd highlight a broadcaster who you mentioned, known to folks who follow college football. And obviously, Lee Corso is the name of the person, no surprise. And his parents, Richard, were Italian immigrants who fled Italy during World War I. And like many great American success stories, this little Italian boy had talent and drive, and he played high school football and baseball, went to college on a scholarship, and he eventually became a head coach. Then he made a career pivot, Richard, like many of us have done over the years in food service, and became a broadcaster on ESPN's weekly show called College Game Day, airing Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Not that we're promoting it on Sales Made Simple.
And you're right, Mark, because when I think of Saturday morning sports, I think about Kirk Herbstreit, College Game Day, and of course, the staple is Lee Corso. In my mind, there are fascinating parallels between his delightful and beloved sports broadcasting and the qualities, I think, and I know you do, that all of us need in sales.
So think about this, Richard, this legendary broadcaster, as you mentioned, former football coach Lee Corso. He turned 90 earlier this month.
That's crazy.
He's going to make his final appearance on ESPN's College Game Day. He's going to be closing out nearly a 4-decade run on the show. And Corso's signature sign-off, of course, with the headgear, not so fast, my friend, has really become a call to seize the moment, to reframe expectations, and really to assert your vision. All traits, I think, needed in selling.
Yeah, it's great observations, Mark, because for sales professionals at US Foods, let's face it, Corso's career offers some powerful lessons that we could certainly learn from and live by. And here's one of them. Make your predictions with confidence. Corso's iconic headgear picks, selecting a school's mascot and to predict the game winners have become not only a beloved tradition since 1996, his record of selecting and picking the winners, 286 to 144. That's a pretty good record, reflecting a bold willingness to kind of forecast those outcomes, knowing the risk of being wrong and being made fun of the next week on the show. Sales parallel is this. Offer your vision boldly, whether pitching a new product or proposing a tailored solution. Present that forecast to that prospect or to your customer with conviction. Clients and customers respond to that clarity and confidence.
Yeah, I think the other parallel, Richard, in selling is bringing determination to every single sales engagement. You know, over 38 years, Corso evolved from a coach to a broadcasting icon. And a lot of people don't know this necessarily, but he had a debilitating stroke in 2009. And he battled and battled and battled back, returning to game day that same season, believe it or not.
Yeah,
and he continued to entertain and inspire fans for many years after. So I think if we think about that from a selling perspective, Richard, it's when you're faced with setbacks, like a tough quarter, a bad week, a lost customer, maybe you didn't get the opening order from the prospect you anticipated, you can still regroup, and push forward, because resilience builds character, which builds credibility, and often you come back even stronger.
And here's another one, Mark. Connect authentically with your team and your customers. Corso was never just a commentator or, the color commentator or the jokester on the side. He was a coach's coach, mentoring the colleagues like Kirk Herbstreit, we mentioned, and connecting deeply with his fans all across the country, every college campus he went to. And the fellow analysts on ESPN absolutely loved him. His humor, his warmth obviously made connections and made the audiences feel seen. And here's the sales parallel, I believe, to that. Human connection wins customers every single time. Invest in honest conversations and show the empathy and your human side and celebrate wins, big or small, with your customers and all of your teammates.
Yeah, and for sure, Richard, just to add to that, I think another sales parallel is this: stay positive even when the odds seem slanted against you. Despite being a seasoned analyst now at 90, Coach Corso always had fun on the show. He always has remained playfully optimistic, and he turns every prediction into a moment of joy and fun and excitement by even donning the mascot heads or riding with the Oregon Duck or entertaining with a historical costume. His energy over those years, Richard, it never dimmed. So the sales parallel is this: a positive attitude is the difference maker. It's magnetic. So even when those potential new customers or your current customers are pushing back, or maybe market shifts have changed something, a hopeful, solution-focused mindset can turn hesitation into opportunity. So Coach Corso over the years has shown us, Richard, visually, that attitude is the difference maker.
For sure. And keep going when others say, nah, it's all over. Corso's farewell is really symbolic. It's not a fade out, but a crowning moment. His final show arrives symbolically, I would say, in Columbus, Ohio, during the high-profile Texas versus Ohio State matchup, I think number 1 and number 3, because when you have a fitting send-off like this, Mark, the birthplace of his headgear tradition right there in Ohio, it's incredible. And the sales parallel, when a client seems unmoved or the deal disappears or appears dead, don't bow out prematurely. Revisit, reframe, and re-engage. Sometimes persistence leads to success where brevity might have meant failure.
So well said, Richard, and a fitting end to Coach Corso's career at the Ohio State-Texas game. So here's a closing thought. Not so fast, my friend. Well, in sales, no isn't the end. It's a chance to ask, why not? And then reaffirm your value. So just as Coach Corso would don that head care just one more time with a flourish and a grin, let each no fuel your next strategic move with a potential new customer or an existing one. And as his career comes to an end at the end of August, as we know, he leaves behind a legacy defined by bold choices, resilience, fighting and clawing back, connections, playfulness, fun, optimism, and always a steadfast pursuit of excellence. At US Foods, Richard, I think the sales team really channels that same spirit. Predictive courage, we have relentless drive, we're always connecting with people, we have a level of optimism unknown to mankind, and perseverance. So all these things can help us close more sales, deepen client relationships, and ultimately build an enduring career. But to you, Richard, today, the final send-off.
Well, Mark, you not only remind me of Lee Corso whenever you say, not so fast, my friend, you encourage all of us every week on Sales Made Simple that our next win could be just one bold move, one heartfelt connection, or one positive pivot away. And with that, we salute Lee Corso and all of our great sellers at US Foods to go out there and win big.